being back out in the single and dating world again, you know what I mean? It's so hard because I was in a monogamous relationship for nearly 7 years, so now I'm back out in the dating world, and I'm finding it hard to approach women, because sometimes you're not sure whether they're gay or they're straight, or they're ever popular bi. Which I've come to determine means buy me another drink. We'd be a queer. And I don't care what TV playing on, just finish the game you started. There's any three big girls in the audience, I'll be back at the bar. See if we can't do it in two, I don't make a lot of money. But yeah, it's crazy being back on the dating world and the internet too. We all have the MySpace and the Facebook, right? And all that, I expect 30 new friends tomorrow. But it's crazy, right? And it's making me insane too, because you get an email that'll say, you have a message on MySpace, you have a message on Facebook. I just want to combine the two and call it MyFace. And I don't want to join your mafia. Stop poking me. The other day I got a message on Facebook that somebody kicked me in the groin. And then I clicked on her profile and I'd taken her on a date, so I deserved it. But but I had been doing the dating thing, and I had dated this one woman who had 4 kids, all from the same dad. I like to throw that out there. It was like this phase she was going through. And I liked the kids were good, right? But they would constantly hit me up for money. You know, like I would pick her up for a date and they would just dump me upside down for change. So I told her one day, I was like, you know what, I think your kids owe me like $700. She's like, I don't want to interrupt their bonding with you. I'm like, bonding? That's embezzlement. Kids met up a bomb and they realized my name is Amy T, not ETL. And she was a therapist too, right? And she would never fucking listen, ever. Ever. We would be halfway through an argument, she'd be like, that's all the time we have today. The last woman that I had any kind of relationship with, that I dated, oh my god, this story is actually kind of romantic, it's so cute. We actually met through some mutual friends, our friend Tom on MySpace, and she was a fashion model, so she was this big. That's how big she was, right? And she had the brain to match. So I would like to give you an insight to her brain, okay? She sent me a text message and she asked me a question that I didn't know the answer to. So I replied, IDK. A long, long time later, she sends me another text message that says, what does IDK mean? I then replied, I don't know. She then replies, oh my god, nobody does. She only looked good, that was it. And she used to say the stupidest shit to me all the time. All the time. She'd say stuff to me like, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it, you're on thin ice. You gotta watch it, right? That's the shit she used to say to me. 2 months into dating, she talked me into going to couples counseling, right? Ridiculous, right? This is ridiculous, right? But I was digging on her with a big shovel, so I decided to go. And, before I had met her, I'd kind of gone on a dating spree, so it was kind of hard for her to find a lesbian therapist in Boston that I hadn't dated. But with some perseverance and persistence, she found one in Connecticut. So we're sitting there in the office, right, and I have my notebook next to me, right, and she looks at me all dreamy-eyed, she's like, Amy T, that is the sweetest thing. I'm like, what's that? She's like, you gotta take notes while we're in there. And I was like, oh, are you kidding me? We're gonna be in an hour. There's gotta be something funny coming out of this. She looks at me, she's like, you better watch it. You better watch it. You're on thin ice. And that's when I looked right at her. I was like, you know what? You should know that I walk on water, because you're the one that's always screaming, oh God. Single, it's because I'm an asshole. One lady came up to me after my show, she came up to me, she's like, Amy T, I'm going to tell you why you're single. And I'm like, all right, go ahead. And she's like, it's because you talk about your relationships on stage and girls don't like that, they want privacy. I was like, hey lady, nobody signed a HIPAA before they started dating. don't think it's hard to date me. I really don't think it's hard to date me. I have 3 rules about dating me. And the first rule about dating me, I don't want you to look like me. Like, you know how the lesbians will start doing that, right? They start morphing into each other and they get their matching mullets. They start wearing their matching khakis and shit. Because gay men, gay men do not do that. You do not do that, right? Gay men will compliment each other. Like, one will wear the collar while the other one's holding the leash.
I'm a leash boy, I'm a leash boy.
My leash is a top.
And that means you're right.
And then the second rule about dating me, I don't want you to own a pair of those, like, Croc shoes. I fucking hate those shoes. And now that it's cold, they have Crocs with fur. Crocs are for children under 8 and people who can't see. One lady yelled out to after my show one day, she was like, but Amy T, she goes, they're comfortable and you can throw them in the dishwasher. Who has seen in your house? Shoes in the dishwasher, knock it off. And then the third rule about dating me, I don't want to take you out for dinner and you eat with your hands, me on a bone. Like, I don't want you to order a plate of buffalo wings and then you got buffalo sauce coming out of the corner of your mouth. I don't like that. And then I don't want you to take the wing out and scrape it in between the teeth. And do not take a toothpick out, pick at it, look at it, and eat it again. You just had a piece of chicken, what do you think it's a mistake? And then when people hear that you're single, they want to set you up all the time, right? They want to set you up, right? When you hear you're single. I did a show in Brattleboro a couple of weeks ago, and this woman came up to me after my show. She's like, Amy T, oh my God, my cousin would love you. I'm like, she would? Yeah. So she calls her cousin right then and there. I have a 10-minute phone conversation on the phone with her cousin, right? Turns out that we don't live all that much far away from each other, so I tell her, I was like, all right, why don't you check out my MySpace and my website? If you're interested, I would love to take you out for dinner. She said, okay, we hang up. And then the cousin says to me, Amy T, I should probably tell you a little bit about my cousin. I said, okay, go ahead. She's like, no, you haven't even heard the rest of it. So, she's like, all right. I said, so okay. She goes, my cousin has no legs. I know, like, how the fuck am I going to get in the Hummer, right? I can't go dancing. So, as someone that is a newly practicing Buddhist, right, I think of everything in life as the glass is half full, right? So I'm like, how can I make this situation glass half full? And then I thought of it, right? How friggin' cute would we be? And I'm matching t-shirts, right? And hers says I'm with Amy T, and mine says I'm with Amputee, and we just